What's up, everyone? This is Prasanna Balakrishnan back again. This time for the review of Chennai Super Kings versus RCB. I got my very own friend Janush here, a fellow CSK fan. We have absolutely rolled over RCB. We've turned them on like a pancake, stuffed them like a Christmas turkey, put whatever adjectives you want. But it was a completely dominant performance. Um, for some parts of the game, we kind of felt like we were out of the game. We felt the game might be slipping out of our hands. But then came the legend that is Jadeja. He does everything. He can bat, he can bowl, he can field anywhere, he can catch, he can do basically everything. And he's such a wonderful asset to the team. And Janusz, before going into the game, I just want your thoughts about Jadeja. I mean, like how crucial he is to CSK as well as for India.
So that guy is just it's just simple logic for him. If he is on the ground, so if he's on the ground batting, if he's on the ground fielding, or if he's on the ground bowling, he's a match winner in all three aspects of the game. He's a certain defined match winner. He can change games with his fielding. You don't know certain players who can change games with their fieldings. That is one guy that I know that can change the game with the intensity that he fields with. Even if it is just a ball that is going for a single and it's an easy single, but if you see him throw that ball as well, it'll be with full intensity, no matter if they're comfortably sitting there with the single. That's the intensity you want from fielders and players in the Indian national team as well. And the IPL that he's having with the bat, with the ball in the field, he's making absolutely clear that he's ready for that World Cup. He's ready for that T20 World Cup. He's making his spot so firmly into not just the squad but maybe into the starting 11 as well. Because there are like there is Washington Sundar, who's young, who's coming up, and he's somewhere similar to Jadeja, but the class that Jadeja has shown in today's match, especially, was just amazing. And also the match before this, in which he got that run out. I don't remember which match was that, but that one
Punjab,
match where he
he
got
ran out K. Rahul from
yeah,
fifth
yeah, yeah.
angle.
KL Rahul.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was just amazing. And that is how you turn games. If KL Rahul doesn't get out at that point in time, he might have changed the game for Punjab.
yeah.
So that is what I say. That is what I mean when I say that he's a defined match winner.
And there's this comparisons always because obviously we are talking about another all-rounders in running for the World Cup team as well, Hardik Pandya. I mean, Jadeja's
Yeah,
miles clear of him now.
absolutely. But then, it
I mean,
being in
obviously there
India,
are only like four
yeah,
games. Obviously, Pandya,
yeah,
I think he is one of our best players after all. I think
yeah.
he will
So
definitely
the
give
thing
course. I
is,
think
Indian team will love to have those options. As in, one is a fast bowling all rounder, one is a spinning all rounder. So both of them add different dimensions to the game. I mean Hardik Pandya, the day he flows in and he gets things going, even he is a certified match winner in all three aspects. But at this point in time, Jadeja is miles clear from what Hardik Pandya is able to do.
so. That said about Jadeja, let us go into the lineup. We actually made two changes today. Moin Ali was not
That's
fit. He was actually while catching a ball, he kind of like hit himself to a roller or something. I think it's Robin Uthap also mentioned in the game when he was talking to the commentators that it was more of a precautionary measure and he should be fit for the next game. And Ngedi also missed out. And in came Dwayne Bravo. And in came the great Imran Tahir, the young 42-year-old Imran Tahir. I mean, he's not 42, let's make it clear. He just, age wise, he's 42, but he doesn't seem it. And RCB also, I mean, I was actually shocked the way they made a few changes as well. They brought in Dan
yeah.
Christian, they brought in Navdeep Saini. I mean, even though they still had their core players right, um, I thought this would be a very intense game, and obviously this was we obviously started well. Rutraj Gaikwad again showing what he can do with the bat. Faf du Plessis getting another magnificent 50, and so, what were your overall thoughts on our batting? Apart from till Jadeja scored 37 in the final over, till the 92, what were your thoughts? I mean, did you think that the score was
So
enough, or what do you make? What did you make at that point?
So I thought we started really well. Again, we are getting a very good start from Ruturaj and Duplessis. Today we had Raina back as well. So Raina is a solid number three. So uh, him getting into the flow looks good. I mean, he's getting runs, and that is great. He got a good 24 out of 18. That is what I can see. So that's good. I mean, until that point of time, the part where we had to accelerate, until that point of time, everything was good. But once we started try or when we started to accelerate, I was thinking that it could have been a 200 score, and now we may be getting 170-ish. So I was thinking that we might be 10-15 runs short from what we are getting. But I was not expecting what happened in the last over. Considering how Harshal Patel has been in the IPL this season, he's been RCB's defined death bowler. Everybody knows that he's going to bowl the death overs. He bowls his first over maybe around the 11th or the 12th over. So it's going to be him bowling his four in the second part of the innings. So Jadeja taking him for I think 37 runs. That is what he scored out of the
37.
last over.
Wow.
That is just amazing, and that is what I said. Match winner, certified match winner. You can't say anything else for Jadeja other than that.
I mean, Harsha Patel, till the point he bowled the last over, was 3 for 14 of his 3 overs.
Absolutely.
He picked up crucial wickets of set batsmen in Raina and Faf du Plessis. And when those two set batsmen get out and two new batsmen come in, it's obvious that they're going to take a bit of time to set in, because and it's a different thing that you can strike the ball from ball one, but it's not easy every single time. And at that point, I thought, okay, maybe we might be short, because
Yep.
we are the batsman, they got out the way they got out. And I think Faf du Plessis, it was more the fact that he got tired, because it was extremely hot out there, given that it was a day game at the Wankhede Stadium.
Yep.
And that's kind of expected. Even the RCB players, once they took the catches, I mean, once in every 5 minutes, they needed to ice their heads and they need to ice their
Yeah.
necks, because at least the likes of Dan Christian and Kyle Jamieson, because they're not kind of accustomed to this kind of heat. And 19 overs we scored 154, and I was thinking, and Harsha Patel was bowling last over. Given how he had bowled the last few games, I was thinking at best we can get 165 or 170 maybe, but I was content with 162. And then first ball he got for six, and I was thinking, okay, 164, 170 is a certainty. Second ball six, third ball no ball six, then off a free hit six, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? He's and then six, and last ball it was in the slot. It didn't connect well. That's why it went for four. Else it would have been another six as well.
Yep.
And let me just say the scorecard here. If you look at that, again, everyone getting starts, not converting. There is a 62 of 28. That is absolutely insane. I
Look at
mean,
that strike rate.
exactly. I mean, Dhoni obviously he came very late and we kind of didn't expect
I
much.
mean,
He didn't
yep.
kind of connect, but when there is a hit at the other end, we have seen Dhoni on the non-striker end at many wonderful occasions. Sachin's 200, Yuvraj Singh six sixes,
Yep.
Rohit Sharma 200. I mean, so many things like that. He's been at the non-striker, and the way Ambati Raido as well. I mean, he kind of struggled a bit with his hamstring. He found issues with running. He still got a good 14 of 7. Hopefully, he's not.
Yep.
He is fit for the game against Sunrisers Hyderabad. But the way we got to 191, and I thought, okay, I still thought that we could have been like 10 or 15 runs short, given that the batting that RCB had. And we saw in the last game, they chopped off 180 in the 16.4 overs. It was
Not just the
it
batting that they have, but
yeah,
also the pitch that Wankhede has. I mean, the Wankhede pitch has been absolutely beautiful for batting. So that day as well, when RCB chased it, it got better in the second half. And today as well, it looked better in the second half. I mean, if they would have applied themselves better, RCB, you saw, I think it was Padikkal who started really well. It's just that after that they stopped applying themselves and they made. I mean, the bowling was really good, but also they kind of they were short selection and not going for strike rotation and stuff like that. It kind of caught themselves into their own bubble and they faltered like they did. So I think the pitch was absolutely beautiful. It spinned a little, I think,
yeah.
but I think it was good for batting.
I mean, the first
And
innings,
therefore,
Chahal got a bit of turn, and I was
yeah,
thinking, okay, and Jadeja and Imran Tahir, they're going to be bowling a middle overs, and they are going to either choke the flow of runs, because that's the part where the game effectively gets won or lost.
yeah,
And one thing with Dhoni is when we get a start, when we get early wickets in the power play, that's where we are able to use spinners in the middle, because they choke the flow of runs and they don't give much away. And when you automatically choke the flow of runs, when the batsmen say they play many dots, they'll obviously have to go for the big shots. And in the quest of getting those big runs, you run the risk of losing your wicket, and that's what they did. I mean,
yep, absolutely.
we just look
And
at them. I mean, Devdutt Padikkal, he just carried over when he left from the other day. He absolutely blasted our bowling. First, he took Deepak Char for 10 runs. Next was Sam Curran went for 18 runs, and I was thinking, oh my god, they're walking this chase. It's gonna be maybe they chased 180 16.4. This is 180, maybe 17.4. But then um, obviously Kohli got out pretty early, trying to cut a Sam Curran ball. It was never in his ring, and Shardul Thakur got Devdutt Padikkal out. Nobody expected that. I mean, I actually credit that to Dhoni's captaincy because he kept a fielder there. Because Devdutt Padikkal, the over before, 2 hours before, he tried a pull shot that was beautifully placed. And this one is kind of credited to Dhoni because he kept his fielder there. That's effectively bowling to your field, right?
Yeah,
You bowl
absolutely.
to your field.
And I think Shardul Thakur is absolutely amazing in doing that. Even in the England series, we saw that whenever he was picking wickets, it was not that he was cleaning the batsman out. They were all catches that were being taken because Shardul Thakur bowls to the field. He's a smart bowler like that. Obviously, whenever it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It goes for sixes. But when it does work out, it's usually Shardul Thakur picking up these catches. I mean, in terms of getting those catch outs. So
And yeah,
that's great from Shardul Thakur.
when Devdutt Padikkal got out, they were like a say 54 for 2 in 4.6 overs. And even then they had Maxwell, De Villiers, and they had players like Christian. But the problem with RCB is if you get the main 4 players out, the game is over. They don't have anything in
Yep.
reserve. Unlike us who bat at least till number 10. Okay, the bottom half of the batsman may not be as great as the top
Yep.
4 or top 5 are, but at least they can bat. The problem is that Washington Sundar never got a start, Dan Christian never got going, and once Maxwell and Abidi got out to Jadeja, I mean the game was over. There was no.
Yep. Absolutely. Other than what happened in the last game, which is some random player like Pat Cummins and coming up and scoring runs like that, I was not seeing any comeback like that. And also the one factor that I wanted to point out was Sundar at 3. I am not sure if that is working out for them. He started to open, he's played at number 3, but he's not good enough to play against quality bowlers. That is what I'm seeing. He's a test match batsman. That is what I feel. He's not got that power. So if you see any of these spinners come up the uh, ladder, it is usually players who can go after the bowlers so that they can put them off the rhythms. But Sundar gives them the rhythm. He scored 7 runs out of 11 balls, and bowlers were able to take him on. And if you see Sunil Narayan, he also shifted to open for KKR, right? That is only when he took the attack to the bowlers. If Sundar is not going to do that, no pointing in putting up there. That is what I say. You play Shabas, or some other player who's, I think they have Rajat as well, Rajat Patidar or someone like that, who can play that spot. That is important, right? And I just feel that is not working out for them. They'll have to fix that number 3 spot somehow.
And as we see, the scorecard on the bowling chart is dominated by again Ravi Jadeja. What can he not do?
I mean,
He,
he did not just take wickets. He was also very economical. That is what I can see.
yeah, I mean, I batted for 62 of 28. Oh wait, my day is not finished. I still need to bowl. I still need to get them runouts, and that's how you like put in a performance. You see, again, another run out. Then Imran Tahir as well getting into the mix. He picked up 2 wickets and he did a brilliant run out of KL Jamison. I mean,
Yep.
how important is Imran Tahir, especially now we finished the Mumbai leg. We're going into Delhi. I think our next 4 or 5 games are probably in Delhi. I'm not sure the full schedule. But Delhi is kind of a spin track, and Imran Tahir would be of
Yep.
massive importance there.
Absolutely. Now the game changes for us. We've been accustomed to what Mumbai was. Mumbai played its tricks here and there, where sometimes spinners worked, sometimes the batsmen had full liberty to go after the bowlers. So Mumbai had its own tricks, but Delhi doesn't have that much tricks. Delhi doesn't have that many amount of pitches as well. So when we go to Delhi, it's going to be the proper Firozshah Kotla uh, pitch, which is kind of deteriorating as you play more on that pitch. So maybe if you play the first 2 3 matches over there, or first 1 or 2 matches, it might work with the bounce and everything, uneven bounce and stuff like that. Once we kind of go further into those, because the pitches will start getting used, the the ball will turn a lot. It's like a test match in Kotla, because even though they whatever they work over there, the soil is like that over there in Kotla. So it's going to be very important how Imran Tahir plays, and even Jadeja.
And we just look at here. Jadeja 4 overs 3 for 13. And Imran Tahir 4 overs 2 for 16. That middle choke, it's effectively 8 overs. You're giving away 29 runs. That itself wins you the game. when you're chasing 192, when you give that much runs and you take them wickets as well, you're that's it. The game is over. You're not going to come back from that, and that's what we did. It was
Absolutely.
absolutely top class performance, and yeah, man, we move on. We are now. We'll say we are top of the league. Say we are top of the league, and obviously we are gunning for that top two spot, which obviously translates to playing qualified one. We get 2 shots at playing the final, and yeah, we have some very big games coming up. We have Sunrisers next on 28th, and then we have May 1st. We have the big one, that is Mumbai Indians. Always been our bogey team. It would be wonderful to get one over them. Going by a form, we should be beating them, but it's Mumbai Indians. They somehow turn up against us every
I
single
mean,
time.
IPL, I think form is something that goes like this, comes like this.
Yeah.
Because you see what happened to RCB today. They've been such a quality side. They've put in the hard work in getting those 4 wins until this point in time. They've won some closed ones as well, and they've been damn good this season as well. But today, I think they missed a trick with playing one more seamer. I think Navdeep Saini, they missed a trick because we did well with the spinners and their seamers didn't do well, and spinners couldn't create that much amount of impact that we did in the middle overs. So they missed a trick here and there, but I feel uh, form is very, very, very temporary in the IPL, and I feel that is going to be very similar in the T20 World Cup as well. That a good string of matches would give you confidence, but form is going to be very temporary. Some slip here and there, and you're gone.
Yeah, and one thing which is very important to mention here is Dhoni won the toss and actually elected to bat.
Yep.
It was not then choosing the field, because 9 tosses before the start of 1K day, they all the winning captains, they have chosen to bowl, but Dhoni
It's
chose to bat, and he clearly mentioned that the wicket is going to slow down, and he played his cards perfectly. It was, in football terms, we say it's a tactical masterclass. Here also we can say it's a sort of a masterclass. I mean, we beat RCB again 17-9. They were this C Sala Cup number, this, that, oh, get better. Oh, nah. Sorry.
that goes on. That chatter goes
Exactly.
on, and we'll keep listening once again when we face them again this season. We'll keep listening from them.
Yeah, we actually
Yeah,
faced them before that. Our last game of the season is actually against them. So it'll be a nice
it's
warm.
going to be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be a nice warm-up game going into the playoffs, I feel.
absolutely, absolutely.
Listen, thank you, Janush, once again for joining. It's
My
always been a
pleasure. My
pleasure
pleasure.
talking to you, and see you again once again for another review. If you're new around here, like this video, share this video to as many CSK fan friends as possible. Subscribe to this channel for frequent CSK and Chelsea content. Chelsea beat West Ham yesterday. I called Janush, but unfortunately he could not join. He had some work to do. That the video was up yesterday on my YouTube channel. Please look to that video. And see you once again for another video, Janush. Take care.
Bye bye.